You ever walk into a room and just know someone's about to get humbled? I'm talking about that electric tension, like the whole universe is holding its breath waiting for karma to crack her knuckles. Well, that's what happened one muggy night in Chicago, deep in the bones of an old karate dojo that smelled like sweat, tiger balm, and dreams that refused to die. They called him the king of Windy City Karate, Marcus Thompson, 32, black belt so tight around his waist it looked like it might choke him, arms carved from granite, ego even bigger. Guy had trained in Japan, won more trophies than he could count, strutted through the gym with that I own this place attitude. You know the type, and yeah, the worst part was everyone let him. Or at least, they did until the night Aisha Williams walked in. Let me back up a sec. Aisha 30, single mom, dark curls pulled back, fresh white GI, so crisp it could stand on its own. She was quiet, almost invisible in the corner, but you could tell she didn't miss a thing. Signed up for self-defense, she told them, but something in the way she moved said she was hiding a whole lot more than that. That night, as Sensei Ramirez called class to order, Marcus clocked her right away. New blood, easy target, his favorite kind of entertainment. He slid over during partner drills, ignoring the sensei's assignments. Hey, newbie, let's see what you've got. He smirked, all fake charm, eyes scanning for weakness. Don't worry, I'll go easy on you. Most folks would have shrunk under that look, but Aisha just nodded, cool as winter air. The class started sparring, soft jabs and blocks, but it didn't take long before Marcus cranked it up a notch. Time to learn a real lesson, he muttered, sliding behind her for a rear, naked chokeway too aggressive for practice drill. But hey, nobody stopped him. He was a black belt, right? Aisha's hands went up to his forearm. The rest of the class held their breath. But here's where the script flips, because instead of panicking, she relaxed, drawing on muscle memory burned in way before any of these folks knew her name. Childhood on Chicago's South Side, her dad a Marine, teaching her how to get out of any hold life throws at you. And even deeper, a past none of them saw, Kaminga, rising star in the underground MMA scene, years of training, bloody knuckles and battered pride, all of it buried by a bad injury, an abusive ex, and the fierce need to protect her daughter above all else. Marcus tightened the choke, whispering, "Tap out, sweetheart, it's just for fun," like he hadn't just crossed every line. But Aisha, she didn't flinch. She dropped her weight, hooked his knee, twisted with a surge of power, and suddenly BM. Marcus hit the mat so hard the walls rattled. Next thing anyone knew, she had him locked in an armbar, calm as you please, pinning his elbow, so clean the air sizzled. "Class is over, Marcus," she said, her voice steady, eyes sharp. The room erupted. Some kids gasped, a couple whispered, and for once Sensei Ramirez actually smiled. "Marcus?" He tapped out, squealing mercy, then shoved her hand away when she offered to help him up. You could feel his pride shriveling like a balloon, but Aisha just packed her gear, head held high, not a trace of gloating. Word spread like wildfire. By the next class, every beginner in Chicago wanted to know who Aisha was. And Marcus? He was left nursing a bruised ego and arm. But stories like this, they don't end with one win. The real fight had just begun. Aisha went back to her day job at a bustling coffee shop, grinding through double shifts to keep the lights on for her little girl, Maya, who still believed her mom was a superhero. But Marcus couldn't let it go. Humiliation ate at him. He cornered Aisha before class one night, getting right in her face, voice low and mean. "Last night was a fluke. You got lucky, but don't even think you could show me up again." Aisha just looked at him, calm, not cowed. "I'm not here to show off. I'm here to learn, like everyone else." The tension between them? You could almost taste it. Weeks went by. Every class, Marcus tried harder to break her. Drills turned brutal, the sparring more intense. But Aisha kept rising, kept countering. Quietly, the other students started rooting for her. It was like watching Rocky, but in real life, and every time she stood up, you could see something shifting in the room. The bully's grip slipping, the underdog's legend growing. Now, here's where the story twists. See, Aisha started hearing whispers about Marcus outside the dojo. Rumors he was using his skills to rough people up in bars, that he'd driven away more than a few women from the gym over the years. One night, She overheard him bragging to a buddy about teaching respect to some guy outside a dive on Halstead. It made her sick. This wasn't just about martial arts, this was about power and who had the right to wield it. She confided in a fellow student, a shy accountant named Eli who'd been there longer than anyone. He confirmed what she feared: Marcus had a record, suspended assault charges, and had pushed more than one woman out the door with his lessons. That changed everything. Now, Aisha was fighting for more than herself. She was fighting for every student who'd ever been bullied or silenced. Then came the annual Chicago Martial Arts Open, the biggest tournament of the year. Sensei Ramirez pulled her aside. "You've got real fire," he said, eyes shining. "You should enter." Marcus, of course, was the reigning champ, the guy everyone bet on. Aisha registered as a brown belt, nervous as hell but determined. Tournament day was electric, crowds packed into a gym lit up like a prize fight. Maya clutching a homemade sign, her little voice cheering for Mama. Round after round, Aisha advanced, her punches sharp, her defense unbreakable, the crowd rallying behind her with every win. And Marcus? He watched from the sidelines, rage simmering. It was only a matter of time before they'd meet. But right before the finals, another twist. An old trainer, grizzled and grinning, tapped Aisha on the shoulder. "I know you," he said. "You fought my boy back in 15. You still got it, kid." As they talked, he let slip that Marcus's spotless record might not be so spotless. Turns out, there were rumors of him paying off opponents to throw matches, boosting his reputation on a house of cards. Aisha confronted him in the locker room, voice low. "I know what you did. I know your wins aren't all real." Marcus blanched. You got no proof. But his confidence cracked. Finals. House lights down, crowd silent, two fighters center mat. Marcus attacked hard chokes, sweeps, every dirty trick in the book. But Aisha stayed calm, dodged, countered. She swept his legs, locked into submission, and Marcus tapped out again, screaming for mercy as the gym exploded in cheers. But the drama wasn't done. As Aisha celebrated with Maya in her arms, police stormed in. Marcus's past had finally caught up. An anonymous tip from the old trainer led to his arrest right there in front of everyone. Black belt legacy collapsing into dust. Aisha's win made headlines, but what happened after mattered more. She was offered a job as assistant instructor, first woman ever at the dojo. Her story inspired a flood of new students, especially women and kids who wanted to learn real self-defense, not just fancy moves. She even found love, slow and real, with Eli the accountant. Turns out, sometimes the quietest ones are the bravest. Marcus, stripped of his title, faced charges and a whole lot of soul-searching. Months later, Aisha got a letter from Persona, genuine apology, crediting her for helping him face his demons. She forgave him, because that's who she is, but she never forgot. Now, the dojo's buzzing, a place where respect means more than rank, where nobody ever feels small again. But let's be honest, life never wraps up with a neat little bow. Somewhere out there, there's another Marcus, another Aisha, another fight for dignity about to erupt. So, here's my question to you: where do you stand when power meets principle? When an underdog flips the script, whose side are you really on? Drop your thoughts in the comments, though. You think redemption is possible for everyone? Ever witnessed a bully get what's coming? I want to hear your story. And hey, if you believe real courage can change a whole community, go ahead and hit that like, share this with someone who needs a little hope tonight, and tell me, where in the world are you watching from?